Delia still wants to know what really went down in his fight with Waldo Cortez Aosta at UFC Vegas 110. The official result of Saturday's heavyweight co-main event will go down as a knockout win for Cortez Aosta. But that outcome only came after a confusing foul controversy that unfolded right after it seemed like Delia had finished the fight with a burst of strikes. However, Cortez Aosta claimed he was poked in the eye, and after a video review clearly showed a foul, Smith gave him the choice to continue, and moments later, the fight resumed. Less than 30 seconds later, Aosta landed a massive right hand, instantly flipping the fight and securing a shocking finish.
A shocking
Late
finish.
Sunday, Delia posted a 5-point statement on Instagram stories, voicing his outrage at the referee and his commission's decision. She wrote, "I'm not sure if I hit his eye. I think it was near his eye, and of course I want a video where you can see that strike." The referee didn't signal a timeout but stopped the fight and still declared him the winner. That decision can't be reversed afterward. The opponents sat calmly watching the replay. Replay was used after an interruption, which the rules don't allow. In the end, the fight continued irregularly. "I'm asking for nothing more than honesty. I don't run from defeat. I respect every opponent and every result, but not when rules are broken and I'm robbed. Not like this. The sport hasn't seen anything like it yet." Islam says he'd strangle 2015 Makhachev in the first round. In a new social media clip, Islam Makhachev was asked by Khabib Nurmagomedov how he would perform against his 2015 self.
Ислам, третий вопрос. Если бы тебе пришлось бы драться с самим собой 2015 года, Махачев, 10 лет назад, сколько? Ну, какой план у тебя был бы против того Ислама Махачева? Тому Исламу сделал бы submission? Я вот это натуре. Disrespect. Хорошо, я передам ему.
Without hesitation, Islam replied that he'd choke out the 2015 version of himself in the very first round. Alex Pereira meets football superstar Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Alex Pereira traveled to Milan this week, where he visited AC Milan's stadium and met football legend Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Pereira wasn't alone on the trip, though. Nina
Alex, give me the Rolex.
I will buy Nina one Rolex. No, stop. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Good teacher. You learning? You give for me. You give me one Rolex for me.
Fama joined in, and during their travels, Poetin surprised her with a brand new Rolex as a thank you gift for helping him learn English. Charles Oliveira has shared some bold goals for his future inside the octagon. Fresh off a slick submission win over Mateo Gamer at UFC Rio last month, the former lightweight champion revealed his desire to face Max Holloway for the BMF title. But during a recent interview on UFC Fight Pass, Dubronx said his ambitions don't stop there. If he captures the BMF belt, he plans.
How soon are you going to have UFC gold wrapped around your waist once again?
Cara, eu tô trabalhando nisso, né? Esse é meu sonho de novo. Eu acho que eu vou ter a oportunidade de lutar agora pelo BMF e aí eu acho que eu passando pelo Max, eu acho que eu sou o próximo desafiante de novo.
He say, my goal now is fight for the BMF against Holloway. And after I won the title, I'm gonna fight for the UFC undisputed title again.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand one more time. The champion has a name, Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira.
To chase the undisputed lightweight championship once again. Cyril Gane continues to show his star power in France. In a new video posted on social media, the former UFC heavyweight title challenger was seen receiving a huge welcome from Games Week 2025. Josh Thompson disagrees with Joe Rogan's recent claims. Former UFC fighter Josh Thompson isn't backing Joe Rogan's statement about a potential Jon Jones vs. Alex Pereira matchup. On his podcast, Rogan claimed Jones vs. Pereira would be the biggest fight in human history. But on a recent episode of Weighing In, McCarthy and Thompson pushed back, arguing no fight is likely to top Khabib vs. Conor McGregor at UFC 229, which pulled a record-breaking 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, still the highest in MMA history. Valentina Shevchenko has publicly supported
MMA fight. You still have Conor and Khabib. That fight did 2.5 million views, 2.6 million views. I don't think that this fight would even scratch that. Maybe back in the pay-per-view days, like when it was doing well, but I don't even think it would have done that. Those numbers. There's just too much animosity. Conor was a huge star. John's never been one to deliver. Now, are we just talking in terms of the excitement of it? Are we talking, at this moment, absolutely, it's the biggest fight to make. I don't think there's no other fight that you can make that will get this much pop at this moment in the sport. But to say that it's the biggest fight in human history, I'm gonna have to disagree. But look, I'm not saying that I'm not excited for this fight. I'm absolutely excited for this fight. If you want to put this fight together, I would love to.
Joe Rogan after Ronda Rousey's recent criticism of the UFC commentator. During a recent appearance on Bert Kreischer's podcast, Rousey called Rogan a fan with a microphone and said he isn't an expert on fighting because he never competed in MMA. Now Valentina defended Rogan, tweeting, "I see Joe Rogan as a true martial arts expert, nobleman,
I was just talking to Joe on the walk over. How long for me to train to beat Ronda?" That'll never happen.
He wouldn't know. He's not an expert. He's a fan with an audience.
That's interesting. Is that how you feel about you?
Never fought.
He fought Taekwondo, right?
Never fought. That's not fighting. It's not fighting.
Well.
Sportsman, and a strong example for youth. UFC investigated by the FBI over alleged fixed fight? Isaac Dulgarian has been released by the UFC just hours after his first-round submission loss to Yadir Delva at UFC Vegas 110. Ariel Helwani reported the official reason was tied to Saturday's loss. But the fight became controversial after a flood of money came in on Dulgarian, a big favorite to lose in the first, and that's exactly what happened. The situation raised so many questions that several online sportsbooks, including Caesars Sportsbook, announced they would refund bets placed on Dulgarian to win. Many fans and analysts called the fight suspicious, with UFC veteran Michael Chiesa blasting Dulgarian's performance as amateur and absolute rubbish. Things have now escalated. According to MMA betting insider Harry Mack, the FBI has reportedly launched an investigation into the incident. He tweeted, "Important detail here. The FBI notified the UFC of abnormal betting activity and line movement and gave them hours to pull the fight. They chose to continue and in my view are now complicit in fixing a fight." Harry later followed up with more details. Update: Federal regulators have flagged over 100 UFC fights this year for suspicious betting patterns, including 2 more fighters from last night's card. __ is about to get very ugly. Still confirming, but it sounds like the feds are moving to audit Herzog's fights. MMA memes. Here are the top 3 memes from the internet. Meme number 3 was posted by Robert. Meme number 2 came from MMA On Point. And meme number 1 was shared by World Crusher. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please hit like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.